Did you get that, Robin? I'm busy solving a crime.
Batcave, Robin speaking. It's Commissioner Gordon.
I better take it. Hello, Commissioner. What's the trouble? I see. That sounds serious. We'll be right over.
Capturing the imaginations of all ages and languages, and forging a legacy that has lasted half a century. But above all, they're the avengers of injustices, the crusaders for righteousness, and the battlers for truth. They are the superheroes. From Flash Gordon to Captain America, Buck Rogers to the Green Hornet, Commando Cody to Captain Marvel. They become familiar icons to us all. But none has been as explosive as Batman. Cartoonist Bob Kane created the Batman for Detective Comics in 1939, hoping to repeat the massive success of the Superman comics of the mid-30s. Kane got the idea from Mary Roberts Reinhardt's novel, The Bat, which was filmed as a silent movie in the 1920s and featured the mysterious masked villain simply known as the Bat. But Kane made his Batman a crime stopper and substituted gadgetry and vengefulness for the more superhuman traits of amazing power and a quest for world peace. But the Caped Crusader and the Man of Steel weren't the only comic strip heroes fighting crime in the 1930s. Along with the Spider, there was Flash Gordon and Buck Rogers in the future, Captain America and the adventures of Captain Marvel in the present, and the Phantom, or the Ghost Who Walks, in his hidden jungle retreat. The transition to radio in the late 1930s and early 40s further dramatized the individual superheroes' adventures and made stars of such masked avengers as the Green Hornet. But it was Superman who took to the airwaves with the most spectacular flair. Less than 2 years after his creation in the pages of Action Comics, Superman made his debut on radio. The date was February 12, 1940. His 3 times per week show was hosted by Clayton Bud Collier, whose characterization of the Man of Steel became the model for those that followed. Radio not only expanded Superman's audience, it teamed him with Kellogg's cereal, heralding the superhero tie-in.
Send 1 box top from Kellogg's Corn Flakes and just 10 cents. That's 1 box top and just 10 cents to Flying Superman, Box 330, Battle Creek, Michigan.
Having conquered radio, Superman moved to the big screen beginning in 1941, bringing his comic book persona to life in a series of 17 animated cartoon shorts. These full-color cartoons not only electrified audiences of the time, they represented groundbreaking new sophistication in animation technique and rivaled the Disney studio in style and brilliance. The success of Superman as an animated crime fighter paved the way for live-action superheroes. The 1940s heralded the era of the movie serial, which presented cliffhanging action stories in 12 to 15 installments, and thus launched an explosion of superhero popularity. One of the earliest and most popular of the serial superheroes was Captain Marvel, played by former Western star Tom Tyler. Captain America featured actor Dick Purcell as a crusading district attorney who wears a mask and costume to battle the forces of evil. Again, this Saturday matinee character was based on a comic book hero.
Where's Gail Richards?
Well, you'll never find her.
The popular Flash Gordon series in the late 1930s served as the model for these later serial superheroes, whose success on the big screen, coupled with continuing comic book bestsellers, created a feeding frenzy of superhero adulation that would last through World War II. The dynamic visual flair of such superheroes as the Phantom proved to be a welcome escape from a world at war. The Phantom starred Tom Tyler, who had also portrayed Captain Marvel 2 years earlier. Yet another comic strip hero brought to life on the screen, the Phantom dispensed his brand of justice from deep within the African jungle. And the combination of crime fighting, daring do, and mystery which accompanied Batman's debut in his 1943 serial served to permanently place him in the pantheon of legendary screen superheroes. Lewis Wilson was the first Batman, Douglas Croft was the initial Robin, and both wore loose-fitting costumes which clashed dramatically with the Caped Crusader's comic book persona. But despite this, Batman was a spectacular success. This paved the way for a second serial, The New Adventures of Batman and Robin, 6 years later. The revamped production cast Robert Lowry as Batman and John Duncan as Robin, and brought familiar characters from the Batman comics to life, most notably Vicky Vale and Commissioner Gordon. And the famous Bat Signal appeared in a live-action film for the very first time. But while the desperation of World War II proved to be a fertile spawning ground for new superheroes, it wasn't until 1948 that Superman himself appeared on screen in a live-action production. Kirk Allen, who'd worked in comedy shorts in the 1930s with Shem Howard of Three Stooges fame, was cast as the first Man of Steel in the Superman serial. And he followed with another 15-chapter serial, Atom Man vs. Superman, 2 years later. The year was 1950. With the world at peace, the serials had lost their escapist allure, but the future of the superheroes was never in doubt. The explosive impact of television served to further the commercial ties between merchandisers and the superheroes, and the ability of the new medium to broadcast programs on a weekly, episodic basis signaled the death knell of the motion picture serial. George Reeves, who had appeared as one of Scarlett O'Hara's beaux in Gone with the Wind, was cast as TV's first Superman in 1951. Reeves was introduced to audiences in all manner imaginable and appeared in a pilot Superman movie, Superman and the Mole Men, just months before the television series went on the air. It gave Reeves instant credibility as Superman.
Wherever the target is danger, into the fray leaps the mighty Man of Steel, racing with supersonic speed to exploding excitement, bolting fearlessly into violence and villainy. No human onslaught can stay him. Super Invincible. zooming out of the skies and crashing through into the very teeth of hair-raising peril. A towering hero booming with super action. Sworn enemy of all evils smashing through. His only shield, his super body. At every turn slamming into breathtaking hazards. The superhero of them all. Faster than a speeding bullet. More powerful than a speeding locomotive, leaping buildings in a single bound. It's a bird, it's a plane, it's Superman, fighting for truth and justice. See the adventures of Superman.
Superman became so popular with youngsters, the Kellogg's Company employed the character to hawk their products.
Glad you stopped by for breakfast, Jimmy. Oh, excuse me a moment, will you? Hey, Mr. Kent, you're out of Kellogg's Corn Flakes. Look at the cupboard. There's a spare package.
You mean there was a spare package?
Well, how about running down the store and picking up another one?
Jeepers, we gotta get to the office. There's no time. Who do you think I am? Superman?
No. No, I don't think that.
Out of Kellogg's Corn Flakes. Fine host he is.
Even if Superman did deliver Kellogg's Corn Flakes, he'd have a tough time keeping everybody happy. More people run out of them every morning than any other cereal. Because Kellogg's Corn Flakes taste best to more people. Always have, still do. Don't run out at your house. Remember, anytime you buy cereal of any kind, pick up a spare package of Kellogg's Corn Flakes.
This is Mr. Perry White's house. And inside, Perry White of the Daily Planet is just sitting down to breakfast. Mr. White is one of those remarkable men who is in complete control of himself in any crisis. Calm, cool-headed, easygoing, even-tempered.
Where are those Kellogg's Corn Flakes? If someone doesn't bring me another package within 2 seconds, I'll...
2 seconds? This sounds like a job for Superman.
About time.
Mr. White's a man who always gets his way. But even Superman couldn't keep everybody in Kellogg's Corn Flakes all the time. Every morning, more people run out of Kellogg's Corn Flakes than any other cereal. They taste best to more people. Always have, still do. That's why it's so easy to run out of them. So anytime you buy any cereal of any kind, pick up a spare package of Kellogg's Corn Flakes. You'll like them.
Since Superman was able to help increase sales of Corn Flakes for Kellogg's, he was drafted by the U.S. government to help promote saving stamps. And as Superman spun off from cereal to TV, so did Flash Gordon, this time with Steve Holland in the title role.
The Earth, tamed, cultivated, and ruled by a civilization of people existing upon its surface, harbors another civilization deep in its very core, ruled by Zaldu, a despot, who, determined to break free of the confines of the subsurface kingdom, constructed a machine to blast a passage to the surface with the raging fires of the Earth's heart. But Flash Gordon, with the help of Dale Arden and Dr. Zarkov, destroyed the machine and escaped back to their subsurface ship, the Earthworm, before they were consumed by the fires that their own destruction unleashed.
In January 1966, the Batman phenomenon exploded across the country. Batman was an immediate sensation, combining the clip-hanging tradition of the movie serials with the stylized look of comic books, and mixing in doses of tongue-in-cheek humor that would become the show's trademark. Adam West, a native of Walla Walla, Washington, and a former DJ, was cast as the first TV Batman. West had starred in such films as The Young Philadelphians and Soldier in the Rain, and had been a regular on the Robert Taylor television series The Detectives, but the Batman explosion made him an instant superstar. Sidekick Robin was played by Burt Ward, whose only previous show business experience had come as the world's youngest professional ice skater. Ward was 2 years old at the time. 19 when the Batman series began, Ward meshed perfectly with the hyper-stylized tone of the show. With its unique gadgetry, crazy color scheme, and same bat time, same bat station portentousness, the Batman series was a twice-a-week tonic to TV audiences of the era, who reveled in the show's campy excesses and the comically insane machinations of its unforgettable villains. The Penguin, the Joker, Catwoman, the Riddler, Egghead, the Archer, King Tut. They all fought Batman for control of Gotham City. And all were portrayed by legendary screen performers, lured to television by the irresistible opportunity to forever forge their personas as the live-action counterparts to the comic strip villains. Celebrities in Hollywood would actually compete with each other to make guest appearances on Batman, in which they'd pop out of a window as the dynamic duo scaled a tall building. Batman's stunning triumph as a TV series led to its filming in 1966 as a feature film. And as the 1967 TV season began, Batman and Robin introduced ABC's new lineup of shows, which included another superhero, the Green Hornet, and his assistant, Kato.
It's a Bat Mike Review cartridge I invented for the commissioner last week. It should have all the ABC fall shows on it. Let's check it against the schedule. I'll just slip this cartridge into this special set and see if it's been tampered with. Ordinarily, Robin, your Aunt Harriet and I don't permit you to watch television until after you've done your homework and caught your criminals. But I'm afraid we'll have to make an exception. Well, Robin, Monday and Tuesday seem to be in order.
Holy rainbow. Every single program in color. That's really something. And look, our own daring adventures are on twice a week, just like last season.
Careful. Remember, Robin, a boy wonder should be modest.
7:30 will start Friday's buzzing with the Green Hornet. That legendary nemesis of crime with his loyal companion Kato thrilled most of us as kids in one of radio's longest runs.
Let's push this aside, Kato, and go through.
I'm with you, boss.
Close the window. I feel a draft. Already did, Chief. Doesn't feel it to me. What is all this?
No more tricks, Carly. I'm here to talk business.
What do you want with me?
I have something you might want.
For example?
A gun. It fires accurate and fatal bullets without gun flash or sound.
What makes you think I might want it?
Should I ask them why they killed Renner, or should I just ask you?
I'm a reasonable man, Hornet, but I'm not a fool. I know Al Trump's got that gun.
And I've got Trump right in my pocket.
Meaning?
If you want a deal, deal with me.
For something I haven't even seen? For all I know, that gun may be nothing but a rumor.
Is a rumor worth killing for?
Getting it for nothing is one thing, Hornet. But to pay for it? I'm still a businessman.
Suppose I set up a demonstration. Just the three of us. Trump, you, and me. Open and above board.
And I'm to trust you.
I'm willing to trust you.
I kill Hornet. I don't lie.
That's something I have to find out.
True. Then I'll hear from you.
You'll hear from me.
What happened? With bodyguards like you, a man doesn't need enemies. Give me Al Trump. Now listen to me, Trump. I want to do business, but not with the Green Hornet. He'll move us both out. But I've got a way to get around that. Shut up and listen to me. We'll set up the demonstration in one of your layouts. Only the target is going to be the Green Hornet.
You still going to go through with it?
I've
got no choice. It's the only way we can bring the gun out in the open where we can get our hands on it.
You're walking into a trap. You better let me help.
Thanks, Frank, but the Green Hornet started this. He'll finish it.
And the dynamic duo toyed with Uncle Milty as the 1967 season began in this short routine.
But wait, Batman. On Friday night, there's supposed to be...
Let's head back home and broil some steaks on the barbecue.
But Batman!
Listen to the kid. He's on to something.
There's someone under that desk.
I can't tell for sure, but I think it's a poor wretch. Holy ad-lib! He looks familiar. Are you Milton Berle?
If I'm not, I had a lot of fun using his credit cards.
Come on, Burl.
Did you say I was wanted for murder?
That's right.
What do you mean?
ABC wants you to murder the people every Friday night, starting this September at the stroke of 9.
Holy affiliates. What's my sentence?
5 years.
5 years. Holy residuals. 5 years, that'll be beautiful. Below the line will be 80,000. Give 15 to send to my agent.
But while Batman's success on television seemed to secure a new foothold for comic book legends in the late 60s, a merchandising blitz ran the gamut from lunchboxes and toys to sandwich bread and peanut butter, and even superhero action figures.